So Kira did the podcast about Thanksgiving and like which things that she likes the most, which she doesn't like the most. Like one thing's for certain about me is I like the stuffing the most, and she dislikes the stuffing the least, out of all of that. But it's kind of interesting. Like everybody likes what they like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just had this itch and this little tiny like scab under back behind my ear, and it was just bothering me. But I just itched it open. It was just a tiny little scab, like microscopic, but it felt really good to itch. I don't know why. It just driving me insane. So anyway, so the divine goddess. I hope the divine goddesses out there are doing amazing because it's been a while for me because I haven't talked about it in a while. Like I just hope that everything is working out for the benefit of like the whole universe kind of like conspiring to do good things and good deeds for people to make the world go round and a little bit smoother and in a sort of fact of itself because sometimes life can get bumpy, you know what I mean? But then other times life just sails along and happy go silly lucky type of way where you're not really thinking too much about anything, and it's more or less just of being, like your beingness to be like, if you're being like silly or goofy, you know what I mean, it's that taking little thought into what you're actually doing because you're being carefree, you're being not, because if I take a lot of thought into something, articulating a thought, it's a high level intellect. But if you're being silly, that's a high level intellect too. But it's a carefree, like what happens in the moment of your manifestation of like when you be silly and stuff like that. It's a manifestation, like, you can just like beep beep and talk about BB, and start laughing from BB. I remember I'd laugh from BB when I made up BB, like it's the deer, you know what I mean? The deer goes like jumps like this, you know what I mean? Like while it's running, you know what I mean? And the wolves can't get BB, you know what I mean? It's just funny. But anyway, yeah, it's just basically what I'm trying to say is that Neo worships the divine goddess and divine goddesses that hope you're doing amazing. Because the divine goddess, her soul, like her souls that she has, are so vast and powerful. Like they could literally heal and do so much great things and powerful maneuvers. And you know, the feminine is very powerful. Side of nature. Feminine is very powerful, and that, like I worship the divine goddess because I know how powerful it is. And I have the masculine trait of my energy, which is powerful too. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm reliant on something else. I'm reliant on myself, but I'm just saying I'm reliant on the help from the divine goddess and her feminine like qualities and energy for her help. You know what I mean? And it helps me out back like tenfold. Like when this actually happens in the physical or the ethereal or the dream realm or this physical reality, it all combines like in the dream realm realities of the energies that's real, the, corresponding with the divine goddess in different realities and dimensions. They correspond like at a heavy rate, you know what I mean? Like certain dimensions are even more filled with the divine goddess's power and amplitude and like stuff of the intellect and state of consciousness on a higher level too. And it's really hard to describe all these things, but I see in the dream realm when I go there, I meet up with some ladies, you know what I mean, in the dream realm, and basically it's all good for me. Like I interact and have a good time, and then in the dream realm, you know, depending on if I like the girl or not in the dream realm, you know what I mean, that I would end up going any further, you know, with my desires as a male, you know, figure to ask a female out or something like this. It'd be like if I ever went to a coffee shop and I saw like a really hot female, then I asked her out, and then things would go my way, and then I would be able to, you know, I have a place now, an apartment. This could be a real thing, even in the physical reality of this reality. You know what I mean? In this reality, I thought that there was only certain things that I was like able to do here, but I can make it a reality that I get all these sort of things that the normal person has when I never thought I could have that in this reality. Well, now I have the capability and aspect to do so, to have all these things. So I just made my bed. There's my hat laying there, and there's all my coats and hoodies right there. So, oh, just cracked my neck. Oh, just loosening up. I just cracked my neck, and it felt real good. Oh, all the extra energy that was surging through my body could reach into my back of my neck, into my spine, like there, because you know the natural energy that goes through your body. Um, if you don't have good energy flow or blood flow through the back of your neck or whatever, that gets vital energy to the top of your skull, you know, and has a. I know there's always blood flow, but what I'm trying to say is when I cracked my neck and it felt better, I could feel like this more of a balanced out state of my being where no, there's no blockages, you know, within like a crink in your neck. That's a blockages of energy flow too, that, you know, the energy can flow more clean and free when it's uninhibited by certain faculties in the way of it, you know what I mean? Um, because say you had, well, never mind. I mean, I'm just getting lost on the topic here, but I just cracked my neck and I turned it into a conversation, which I shouldn't have, you know, in the first place. So basically, yeah, Neo worships the divine goddess, divine goddesses. I hope you're doing amazing. And yeah, like quite literally, I got an apartment now, so this is awesome. And right there is my garbage. It's a pink garbage thing that Aaron gave me. And pink represents loyalty to the divine goddess. Like pink is a sign of loyalty. Well, I say I, I make pink a sign of loyalty to the divine goddess. And then so as dark red is also a symbol of for the divine goddess. And pink is just a natural girl's color anyway. But what I'm trying to say is that, yeah. Anyway, this is a pretty good podcast about the divine goddess and you know what she means to me. Her like the divine goddess is like collective, and it makes up the divine goddess, like the collective energy of all the females combined. That's the power of what I call on. You know, and I prayed before when I was really angry. Before I prayed to the divine goddess, and it got me out of so many things. It got me out of so many things before when I actually meant it and I prayed, and it actually worked. Like I'm serious. So yeah,